Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while. I've had to deal with some personal stuff, but welcome back to Issues with Toddie One Skip. This podcast, Issues with Humanity and the disappointments of those awful human beings. Anyway, let's jump in on it. It's amazing what was sandwiched between this time last year and today. The 12 months that just seemed to fly by, but each day was such a struggle and so long. So let me preface this by saying, first of all, in June of 2021, I lost my 86-year-old dad to COVID, and 3 months later, I lost my ex-partner, who we were married and we were divorced, but we had a friendship that lasted for decades. And it was more than a friendship, it was a family. It was somebody who I confided in, somebody who was my biggest cheerleader, somebody who was just an amazing person. And I was so glad to be part and so honored to be part of her journey in life. Today, September 22nd, 2022, marks a year that she left this earth. And I have to say that I feel her. When I say that I feel her, I hear her in my head. Not like I hear voices, but I know that she has helped guide me. There are times that I feel my dad around, but I really think that he's probably where he's needed more. And anyway, a few months after that, I lost my cat that I had for 11 years. It was 11 years. I've lost a couple uncles in between, and one that I was especially close with. I mean, very close with, that had always been a part of my life because he made an effort and I made an effort. And so his loss is definite. I've had struggles with my family. I've seen what money and control can do. I've witnessed behavior that I was ashamed to be a part of, but also more ashamed to have witnessed. I don't know the defenses that people use to get through hardships in life, but being an out and out asshole is just one that you can keep to yourself, as far as I'm concerned. You know, there's a few things that that I want to say. I am disappointed in the way people have behaved and acted. I'm incredibly disappointed in the fact that some people believe that deciding who and what to be compassionate about is compassion, when it's truly judgment. If you are deciding what to be compassionate about, it is not compassion. That's judgment. I have seen throughout the course of the past 4 years, how the bottom line is it money or is it the value of humanity? What's more important? If your bottom line is about money, then you don't share the core values of the person whose bottom line is humanity. And that's what it's come to, at least here in the United States. I know that there's hardships everywhere in this world. The United States is where I live, and that's where I'm going to speak from. I witnessed the outpouring of love and admiration and respect and honor for the late Queen Elizabeth II, Her Majesty. And I have respected that woman because she lived by example. And she did that for over 70 years, starting at 25 years old. And we have politicians that can't do that for a 4-year term. I'm not saying she was perfect. I wouldn't want to be her kids because I can only imagine. Because she took an oath, and that oath came before everything else, just like she said it would. And I know that there was collateral damage there with her children. I'm not her child. I'm somebody that just watched her for the past 59 years. And I have nothing but the most respect for that woman. And she shows, and has shown us that it is possible to make a promise and keep it. To do what is expected of you, and if you say something, to follow through with it. She has lifted the bar of expectation because she lived like that. We don't have that in today's society, certainly not in the United States. There is more of a division than there is a coming together. And we can blame a few people on it. And listen, I totally agree that there are people that are more the problem than the solution by far, and have even lifted the veil on the ugliness and given it a platform, or appeared to give it a platform that's safe to spew hatred, bigotry, and unjust. I don't know what's going to be when it's no longer more valued by more people than not to have the bottom line be humanity. Because right now, a third of this country, that's not their bottom line. Their bottom line is the dollar amount. Here's the funny bit. You can't take that with you. I keep saying you can't take it with you. I mean, I come from my dad, and I'm going to tell the story. My dad, who was a career criminal, and in fact, we went into the witness protection program. He later got out of prison. He did do time. He got out of prison. He built a multi-million-dollar company legitimately, and died in 2021 in debt, millions of dollars. So I'm really speaking from experience here, firsthand experience here, as far as I have had money too. You cannot take it with you. All that matters in the scope of whether how long we live, a long life or a short life, is what we leave behind. And it's not the money. It's the legacy. How did we live our lives? I keep harping on that. And that is so important, because when we're gone, that is it. Oh, do you remember Uncle Joe? Man, he was a great guy. Yeah, he was, man. Remember, he used to take us to Disney, spent time with us, taught me how to throw football. That's why I love playing today. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what is going to be shared through generations. If the behavior is bad, then that's what's shared through generations too. Man, he was impossible. I would never go to him. I was scared of him. I couldn't even imagine. I feel sorry for his kids. You hear what I'm saying? I mean, like, who wants to be remembered that way? And in the meantime, we're living our lives between these events of losing people. I mean, we just came out of a pandemic. I know that somebody knows somebody that lost somebody here, or a job, or everything got twisted and turned upside down. Here's what baffles me, and what I give a lot of thought to, and what I ask people, please just think. Because I thought, now I believe in God, I believe in Jesus Christ. And I thought the world was so detached anyway. I mean, we were so detached from each other, communicating through text messages, going back in time almost like cavemen with emojis, stick drawings. We don't even want to communicate with each other anymore. And I thought, why? Why would we have this pandemic that only encourages us to keep further apart? What's the plan here? Where is God in this? And I thought, I wear my mask for you, and you wear your mask for me. That's how we're in it together. That's God's plan. We're trying to save each other. And we couldn't even do that. You had people having fits because of their rights. Their rights. I mean, if it was part of a uniform, as far as like fancy dress or Halloween, no big deal at all. But because it was recommended and then proven to be a lifesaver and mandatory, did people have a fit about it? And they chalked it up and compared it to being dictated to. I mean, if there's a bomb falling and people are saying, man, get inside, get in those bunkers, is it really going to take it? Is it really going to take you to seeing the bomb almost drop on your house to get in there? Or is the sound of it enough? Are the screams of it enough? I mean, I understand drawing a line, but that's not the line. Everybody wants to have these rights, but they're infringing on my rights. I want to live in a safe country, in a country where I could go to the grocery store and not have to worry about some guy opening or some woman opening fire because they have a massive amount of ammunition and guns. Because they got a little upset about somebody not bagging their groceries. Or sending children to school and just not knowing if they're coming home because that safe place is no longer a safe place, and we've accepted that. It's just become another thing now. And and people say, no, we need more guns. Well, unfortunately, we can't put the toothpaste back in the toothpaste container. But when things like this happened in other countries and they stopped the guns right after and they put mandates and changed laws, they're not living in the same epidemic that we are with this gunfire. So I could just look and say, well, something like that happened in the UK, but then that happened and that stopped happening. Something like that happened in Australia or New Zealand, and then there was a mandate, and all of a sudden you don't hear about that happen. It's not commonplace. So I just don't understand why we don't use common sense. But it's more about, don't take my rights away. Don't take my rights away. What about the innocent bystanders that are getting shot and killed here? They don't have any right to live in a safe country? I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I don't know that in my lifetime I will see it get better. I think it's not going to get better. I just know that all I can do is, in my lane, just pay attention. Don't add crap to somebody else's day. Make my insecurities or vulnerabilities a weapon to bully people that are in a less position than me, or somebody who might be waiting on me or serving me at that time. Don't add to the problem. Don't add to this problem. Be part of the solution. Everybody can get their feelings hurt. You know what that feels like. Why do it to somebody else? if that's what it takes to make you feel better, you're the problem. And everybody else knows it. And they're saying it behind your back. All right, guys, that's the end of this podcast. I've been away for a little while, had some personal issues. I will be talking about them. I will tell my story and my origin story. I'm really working on that. In the meantime, be better today than you were yesterday, and be much better tomorrow. This is Toddie One Skip. Issues with humanity. Hey guys, thanks a lot for listening. Please like, subscribe, and share. Really helps me a lot. And yeah, got a bunch of stories to tell, so stay tuned to ya. Thanks again.